Hello, Aries. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading we'll be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel and Drop 53 Tarot Pictures review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Interesting. Okay. Goodness gracious. Okay. I'm gonna right away, Aries, as you know, if you've been following for a bit, I'm gonna try and be nice with this one. The messages that come through automatically, um, hmm, just based off of how they're kind of responding over here, I kind of want to have fun with this one a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how it progresses. You know, there's a thing called subjective truth and there's objective truth. There's the geez. There's a way someone may view or see something or perceive someone. That might be their own individual personal truth. But then there's the actual truth of who they are or how they're really about. That's the objective truth. One person's subjective truth might be far off from the objective truth. There's their truth, there's your truth, and then in the middle, there's the truth. Kind of like a bit of a triangle, right? Jumping into this, I kind of want to say sit, stay, wait. And energetically, I don't know why they present this energy. I almost kind of feel like I need to ask you, be a bit of a smartass with this one, Aries. Did you get yourself a new puppy? Did you get yourself a new dog? Or was it a little kitty cat? There's a little puppy. There's a little kitty cat. I mean, look at him. He's just kind of standing there with his top hat and his cane, looking like an old school magician, right? But then all the money on the floor. Sit, stay, wait. Whoever this is that you're asking about, they're almost responding like this. like a little new puppy dog or a little new kitty cat. Maybe they're kind of giving you those puppy dog eyes or those Puss in Boots eyes, and they're just kind of goo goo gaga, and they got the little twinkle, and they're just kind of like starstruck over you, Aries. I don't know what this is, but they're learning a thing or two about truth. They're learning a thing or two about perspective, and for some reason, again, Aries, they're all twisted up inside. They're kind of whimpering, they're kind of whining, they're kind of, they're getting itchy, they're kind of getting fidgety, they can't sit still. And for some reason, it's a test in discipline. I'm not going to say you're commanding them unless you're into that and that's your thing. But for some reason, they're whimpering and they're whining and they're crying and they're like Aries, 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 Aries. I don't know what's going to go on. Like, why is Aries making me wait? Why is Aries like making me sit? Why is Aries making me stay? And it's kind of like, I don't know. How do you all ask Aries that? They're kind of wondering, like, what is this? And it's like, what do you mean? Apparently, Aries wants to find out if you listen. Aries wants to find out and wants to test you a little bit. Test your discipline. How well behaved are you? Are you just an animal? Are you just an animal? Are you so much more? Because of this energy about discipline, it is irking them. It is irking them. And that's interesting. It's like like I said, they're energetically getting so fidgety and restless. So fidgety and restless. They don't know what to do with themselves. Like, is this it's like, what's going to happen? There's like so much anticipation of like, yeah, look at this. And there you are, Aries. I mean, there's the Emperor. Speak of. Like I said, so much anticipation. It's kind of like, they want to they want to stand up and they want to wag their tail and they want to get close and they want something to go on. And it's kind of like stay, sit, wait. Or is it sit, stay? I mean, look at this. That is like, no. I mean, the corrections, I mean, energetically speaking, like, no, sit, stay. You're still not getting it. Your animal mind wants to, and no. They're energetically speaking, Aries. It's like they're in training. Are they an animal and you're trying to domesticate them? Are they an animal and you're trying to get them to like step out of that lower nature? What is it? I mean, look at this. There's the adrenaline junkie monkey. That funky monkey. Brass monkey. Good song. Was that Beastie Boys? I know what music I'll listen to today. The monkey mind, the monkey chatter. There's a Seven of Swords coming out immediately after that, Aries, and that's what I'm talking about. They're kind of like, oh. So when it comes to them disciplining their mind, that is where they have the most difficulty. They're looking for a loophole. They're looking for a loophole. Like I said, so much anticipation. So much anticipation. They don't know. That's so interesting. They don't know what to do with themselves. So they start thinking some more. Well, what if I whimper and whine and cry some more? Or what if I start looking around? What if I start eyeing the environment? What if I start, I don't know. Seems like Aries is trying to get you to stay calm. Be cool, be chill, just relax. You're good. Shit. Even exotic animals can be calm, quiet, and still when they're hunting. Makes me think of like a lion about to hunt a gazelle or something, or a zebra. They're crouched down, they're perfectly still, perfectly quiet, they're hungry. That instinct takes over. They know how to be patient. They know how to kind of wait to go in for the you know what. I don't know why we're talking about a human here, hopefully, Aries, that you're asking about. I don't know why they can't even sit still. It's kind of like beyond, I'm not going to say worse than an animal. It's just that monkey mind. They're having a difficulty with that monkey mind. Not to say they're a monkey, unless it fits. Makes me think of like Neanderthal, like someone who's just kind of like the um, caveman status, cave woman status. Like you're not you're not too bright, huh? I mean, look at this. That is so interesting. I will give them that. They're persistent. That's the thing about the whimpering and the whining and the crying. They're persistent. They are persistent. I mean, this is kind of like, let me start scooting. I mean, little, you've seen animals before. Let me start scooting. Let me kind of stand up and circle and then sit back down. They're so antsy and fidgety that it's kind of like you're sitting there watching them squirm. This is funny. This is like dog training. This is dog training. You start to see him. I mean, it's pretty bad when you got to do that to a human. Like, what's your deal? Like, what's your deal? You too much coffee this morning? What'd you do? What'd you take? What's your deal? Why are you so fidgety? Like nothing, nothing. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like shaking and shit, leg twitching, foot just zzz, like a little rabbit. I mean, how like loophole? Are they going to find a loophole? I don't know. That's crazy, Aries. That's pretty crazy. I do appreciate the information because wow, I haven't seen this before. Trying to domesticate a human. Like usually you think of like old mom and pop when they're like, I remember when I met your mother. I remember when I met your father. Yeah, your father. He wasn't domesticated. He was wild, kind of feral. Just kind of he was always on the go and always outside and always doing something, always getting himself into into trouble and always getting dirty. And it's like I had to show him what it meant. What it meant to spend most of his time inside. But I also had to kind of like, then it goes into that joke of like, well, at least I'm housebroken. You understand both sides, both truths. But the problem is, sometimes that's why you keep farm animals in the barn away from the house. You can stay outside. You can stay outside. I don't understand that. That right there is like a bark or a meow or like they stand up and they're like, fuck this shit. I don't know what that is, Aries. Like, holy shit, I don't know what that is. That's an energy where it's almost kind of like it's weird. It's like this weird psychological dominance thing where they're like trying to like they can't seem to get their way with you, even with the loophole situation. And that's a bark or a meow. That's kind of like, and it's like because they can't just sit still. They can't sit there with all that energy. They're not that disciplined, And that's what I was talking about. It's like, okay, clearly you cannot listen, go. You can go outside, you can stay outside because you don't listen. There's something as simple as that of being patient and still, they can't seem to do. This is like they are, once again, Aries, this is that same energy of they are itching. They are itching. And that adrenaline junkie monkey can't sit still. Don't get triggered. It's just it's the Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck. It talks about shadow work. It's supposed to bring up some feelings and emotions. Good shit. Why they're trying to be Seven of Swords sneaky with it, I don't know. Apparently, they don't like to listen. They don't like to be told what to do. And once again, it's kind of like somehow because of you, Aries, because I don't know, maybe it's the way you kind of present yourself or compose yourself or just kind of like your energy or your aura. I don't know. It's like the way they view you or perceive you, that is something else. It's like if something doesn't go their way, all of a sudden it's kind of like they put a red filter or lens or glasses over their eyes, and now all of a sudden like, oh, I got a fucking problem with you, Aries. And it's like, what? I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. I was just sitting perfectly still. And now all of a sudden, because you decided one day you don't like me, now you got a problem with me. Okay. Like I said, you okay? You okay? That coffee's kicking different today, huh? Got you all agitated and you don't know why. Can't seem to put your finger on it. Having a hard time even containing the energy within yourself. You can go. Goodbye.